Consider the following formula. Which of the following statements is true for this formula? To solve this question, we're going to need to graph the equation, and to do that, we'll need to find our intercept. So let's start by finding our x-intercept, or where y is equal to 0. We have 1/2 times x equals 2 minus 1/4 times 0. Anything times 0 is just 0, so this will cancel out, leaving us with 1/2 x is equal to 2. 1/2 is being multiplied to x, so the opposite operation to isolate it would be division. Now, this is a fraction, so we need to pull this aside and remember that when we are dividing with fractions, 2 divided by 1/2, we need to actually multiply by the reciprocal, or do something I call keep, change, flip. 2, keep the 2, change to multiplication, and then flip your fraction. So 2 divided by 1/2 is the same thing as 2 times 2, which is 4, making x equal to 4. Now we need to find our y-intercept, or where x is equal to 0. We'll have 1/2 times 0 is equal to 2 minus 1/4 y. Anything times 0 is just 0, so we'll have 0 is equal to 2 minus 1/4 y. Let's do opposite operations to move the y over to the other side, just so that we get rid of that negative. These will cancel, and we will be left with 1/4 y is equal to 2. Now again, we're going to have to divide both sides by a fraction, so we're going to, again, need to keep, change, flip. So I'll pull this aside. 2 divided by 1/4 is the same thing as 2 times 4 over 1, which would be 8. So in this case, y is equal to 8. Now that we have our two intercepts, I will make them into coordinate points and plot them on our coordinate plane. Here I have plotted our two intercepts, one at 4, 0, where I went to the right 4 and up 0. Then our other point at 0, 8, where I went to the right 0 and up 8. Now that we have our graph, we can look at through all our answer choices and see which one is true or false. A says when the value of x is less than 4, so that would be starting here, and less than is going in this direction. So we're talking about all of these values here. Y will be negative. In this case, all of these y values are positive. They're above the x-axis, so this is incorrect. Answer choice B says when the value of x is greater than 4, so the other way, going in the greater than direction, so we'll be going down here, all of these y values should be positive. Well, that's also not true because all of these values are below the x-axis, meaning their y values are negative, not positive. So B is also incorrect. C says when the value of y is less than -6, -6 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down here, and that will correlate with about this point on the graph here. When it is less than 6, which is going in the negative direction on the y-axis, x is positive. And this is true, for this part of the graph is extending into positive infinity as far as the x-axis is concerned. It will always stay on the right-hand side of the y-axis and always stay positive. So that means answer choice C is our correct answer. But let's see why D is incorrect. D says when the value of y is greater than -6, x is positive. So we'll plot our point again at -6. And we will go in the greater than direction, the positive y direction. And all of these x values should be positive. All of them are positive for a time, but we do cross the y-axis and enter onto the left side of the coordinate plane where the x values will all become negative. So that means this answer is only partially correct, making it incorrect and making C our correct answer.